It's Thanksgiving this week, but we still have some pressing issues that are coming out in the next few days. Let's talk about it here at Capital Markets. Traders, welcome back guys to Capital Markets. It's your host Cleveland Bishop. Hope you guys are having a fantastic start off to the week. But before this recording, it is right before US session and there isn't too much happening today, but I want to talk to you guys about some of the other news events that we will be seeing and the technicals here on the channel. So guys, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys ever have any questions, also please comment down below. We'll be right there to answer away. Okay, so last week we did see that dollar sell off massively. Okay, here's a quick screenshot of the Euro USD. You guys can see a quick push up in the structure. Dollar ran as far as the $1.14 highs. Okay, and so we were expecting on this end to see maybe a little push up into the $1.13s, but we did not expect to see markets run all the way to the $1.15 level. Okay, so that happened based off of certain things regarding trade. Okay, there was one of the Fed speakers that mentioned that trade talks could start to hurt the dollar in some capacity, and that very much alluded to the dollar sell-off that we saw. And across the board, the dollar obviously has been getting a lot stronger. When you look at a longer term view, here's a quick weekly. You guys can see the dollar has broken down to its lows all in 2018. All right, that was assisted, by the way, by that euro also weakening dramatically based off of things happening in Italy. But we do see that this dollar is steaming ahead, and we do have an interest rate hike in December. Has that been factored in yet? We'll be talking about that the weeks to come, because that could add even more fuel to this dollar fire. Okay, so guys, you gotta want to check back in here when it comes to dollar news, but I want to also talk to you guys about that pound. Okay, so if you guys take a quick look here, the pound sold off dramatically. We haven't seen this much volatility on the pound in forever. Okay, and it has to deal really with all this talk with Brexit. Okay, anything happening with Brexit to the upside or to the downside, you see the pound affected every single time. All right, so there was some positive data that came out regarding pound and regarding Brexit, basically claiming that Brexit was going to be wrapping up very, very soon. But then what happened? One of the ministers in the parliament ended up resigning, and that sold the pound off over 200 points when you look at it relative to that GBPUSD. And so where does that leave us? Does this mean that Theresa's May proposal may not make it through the actual parliament? Okay, because that's really what it's all about. She just drafted up a bill that basically says, hey, here is Brexit. This is what we want, and these are the rules. All right, and then that resignation came from her minister based off of him thinking that those rules are not going to be something that are going to be able to pass. It's going to be very unlikely, and he just wanted to stop the whole process entirely. So that might give us a precursor as to how the ministers, the parliament will respond to her deal. And of course, folks, if that deal does not pass through, you can expect some more selling coming in on that pound. Okay, so anything Brexit, we are going to keep you guys updated. And of course, if there's some pressing news out, make sure you guys head over to capital-markets.com. We write articles there on a very, very continuous basis, and also follow our socials so you guys can be immediately updated as well. All right, so, and outside of that, I do want to talk to you guys about this Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar has been somewhat stagnant when it comes to a buy or a sell move, but we do have some CPI coming out this week. Canada CPI is expected to tick up just a bit, and maybe because that's a little bit cyclical. Of course, they probably priced into some of the cyclicality with CPI, but there is a slight potential chance to see another up move. Now, when it comes to CAD and trade, that was the reason that CAD was going through its motions, so to speak. All right, so when you look at Q3 and the beginning of Q4, really October, that Canadian dollar was having a really hard time having a real solid ground to stand on when it comes to where it's being priced based off of all the things going on with trade. Of course, they finally came out with the new North America Free Trade Agreement with Mexico and Canada and the United States, and we're hoping now that that agreement does give Canada a chance to start to have a little bit more stability as to how its trade and how we're going to be functioning moving forward. So I think there might still be a little bit of risk here in this Canadian dollar when it comes to just the overall sentiment of the market. Investors maybe aren't so hurriedly buying the actual asset, and of course that does give upside for potential things like CPI. Okay, so that's also something we're going to be monitoring. All right, so guys, look, if you don't have a place to trade, make sure you guys head over to capital-markets.com. Okay, we're one of the best brokers in the entire industry. We route from some of the best liquidity providers, and we also have some of the tightest spreads. All right, so that means you guys will be able to pay less and less and less per position. All right, head over to capital-markets.com. I'm Cleveland Bishop. Talk to you guys tomorrow.